being a member of the world's biggest boy band was a dream come true for Liam Payne. Yet despite selling millions of records, traveling the world and making more money than he could have ever imagined, his life in One Direction also featured incredibly dark moments. Liam Payne says there were days he had to force a smile on his face during performances. Despite One Direction's success, Liam struggled to cope with the demands of being in the band. Liam was secretly battling demons during the peak of the band's success. Speaking in depth for the first time about his ordeal in an emotional new interview, he reveals his problems got so bad he should never have been allowed to tour. Liam told me I shouldn't have been able to do as many shows as we did, if I'm honest about it, if I'm brutally honest about it. Going out and putting that happy smile on my face and singing the S, honestly, sometimes it was like putting on one of those costumes, going out there and, underneath the costume, people don't really see what's going on. The 24-year-old has been in a relationship with Cheryl since 2016. The two singers have a young son together. Things came to a head in October 2015, when the group cancelled a show in Belfast because Liam had been taken ill. The singer, who has a son called Bear with girlfriend Cheryl turns 8 months old today, had just split from his ex, his former school friend Sophia Smith, and admitted he was struggling to cope. He recalled, "I let it get to me that day. I wasn't in a good place. And unfortunately I was going through a rough time and I let it get to me a little bit too much. That was it. The more we did, I just don't think we stopped and celebrated enough how great things were, and I think that's what got on top of us in the end." Liam said, "The One Direction boys needed to split for a time even though fans were left devastated by the hiatus. It was like, oh, you've just won 3 Emmys, but get on the plane and go to the next place." But since going solo and releasing new tunes including Bedroom Floor and Strip That Down, he is feeling way better. Liam explained of the break being taken by the band. "Even though I know fans are not mad about it, we needed it." Liam, pictured here with his son Bear, said the 1D boys needed to find the love of the job again. "We needed a little bit of time away from each other. We needed a realization point to find the love for it again, rather than it just becoming a job." Liam says has overcome his dark days and is a completely different person now. "I'm a totally different person now to how I used to be about it. I'm so glad to hear that." Liam Payne drives fans wild, posting totally naked shower video on Instagram. Gomezing for gold. Selena Gomez is continuing to shine brightly following her kidney transplant. The newly blonde singer looked amazing in this yellow gown as she was honored at Monday's Lupus Research Alliance annual gala in New York, where she recalled the life-or-death point during her battle with the condition. Selena Gomez looked stunning in a yellow gown for a charity do in New York. The singer was attending a gala in aid of lupus research. The emotional ordeal saw Selena end her 10-month romance with the Weeknd and reunite with her long-term on-off lover Justin Bieber. But the breakup doesn't seem to have left her former flame too down in the dumps. Selena and Justin Bieber have been spending more and more time together since her split from The Weeknd. Bella Hadid and The Weeknd broke off their relationship last year. The model had an awkward encounter with the singer at last year's Victoria's Secret show, but it appears the two have rekindled their friendship after the R&B artist was spotted with his Victoria's Secret model ex Bella Hadid last week. He fueled new romance rumors by going out for a meal with Katy Perry at Madeo restaurant in Hollywood on Monday night. He likes his famous lass. Is Henry out of the big league? Henry Cavill has played Superman in 3S, but he could be about to go from superhero to zero. The latest DC Comics film, Justice League, which cost around £230 million to make, has been a disappointment at the box office so far, taking only around £200 million worldwide. Brit actor Henry Cavill plays Superman in the latest Justice League film, and now I'm told film bosses are considering dropping the actor. Henry first played Clark Kent in 2013's Man of Steel, and later featured in 2016's Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice with Ben Affleck. But the second standalone film based on his character has still not been given the green light by studio bosses, despite years of talk about the sequel. Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill attend Justice League premiere in Hollywood. A film insider said there is concern at Warner Brothers over Justice League's reception and they are seriously worried about what direction the franchise should move in. Henry is so charismatic in real life, but THASNT resonated with ounces as much as the studio had hoped. One option they are considering is not moving forward with Henry as Superman. Henry first played the role of superhero Clark Kent in 2013's Man of Steel. Earlier this week, the Brit spoke about how he was still hopeful of another installment. He said, "Now there is a fantastic chance to show Superman in his colors and tell a very complex, character-driven that is based on story and have that wonderful sensation of hope and happiness. Henry may be waiting a long time for that." Return of the Jedi. Daisy Ridley's face hasn't looked this fierce since she smashed up a load of Star Wars stormtroopers. The actress, who plays Rey in the sci-fi flicks, pulled the wacky expression at a fan event in Mexico on Monday ahead of next month's release of new film, Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey in the Star Wars films, pulled a weird face on stage. Star Wars director Rian Johnson planted a smacker on Mark Hamill's cheek during a fan event in Mexico. She was joined by producer Ram Bergman, plus Luke Skywalker alter ego Mark Hamill and director Rian Johnson, who planted a kiss on the legendary actor's cheek. Hopey for Mark, he hadn't tucked into a spicy burrito beforehand. Drama queen of the jungle, she lasted just 72 hours in the LIAM celeb jungle in 2014 and had a panic attack ahead of her helicopter ride into camp. But now, in a hilarious panorama-style interview with Me, Gemma Collins says the show is still scary. Gemma Collins revealed as The Sun's LIAM celebrity. Get me out of here correspondent. The Sun's new LIAM celeb columnist only lasted 3 days in the jungle. The Sun's new LIAM A celeb columnist said, "The jungle was the most terrifying moment of my life. When I hear that jungle, it sends shudders down my spine." See the video and her views on this year's Jungle Team on my Facebook page. Simon puts homework on the naughty list. Simon Cowell might be Mr. Nasty on the X Factor, but no Scrooge. The mogul wants homework to be banned over the Christmas holidays so kids can spend more time celebrating. Simon Cowell believes homework should be banned over the Christmas holidays so kids have more time to hang out with their families. He said, "Christmas is all for children. If I was in charge, I would make sure they get as much wonderment as possible. I'd even say to head teachers, come on, ban any homework over the holidays like Finland does. Let's turkey out." Simon, who is helping launch Disney's new featurette Olaf's Frozen Adventure, which screens in cinemas this weekend, has previously said he wants 3-year-old son Eric to quit school at 16. "I'm sure it's Christmas every day for the lad." Emilia Clarke is fed up of criticism about nudity on Game of Thrones. The actress, who's done her fair share of scenes as Daenerys, told Harper's Bazaar there are so many shows centered around this very true fact that people reproduce. People F for pleasure, it's part of life. Jessie Ware has thanked Ed Sheeran for helping her to air her anger at her dad, Panorama reporter John, in new track Sam. She told Grazia of her dad, who left when she was 10. "He's not a terrible person, he just let us down. I haven't gone there before. It took Ed to tell me to do it." Katie Price says she'd have with Gareth Gates again if she wasn't married, but sadly for her, feelings aren't mutual. The singer said in New, "I try not to read anything about that. SHE's built a career on telling stories like that. I build my career on talent and working hard." Hot felon Jeremy Meeks is adamant he's not dating Chloe Green for her dad Philip's billions. He told Heat, "I am funding myself and the lifestyle I have. Her dad has never questioned me on my past. He knows his daughter won't have chosen someone who isn't right." Paul Hollywood's wife lost all trust in marriage amid infidelity claims. Ex-Scarry star Chris Fountain hired for new TV series after rape rap video. Gemma Collins threatens to quit celebs go dating if they don't find her a man. Craig Revel Horwood says Gemma Collins isn't famous enough for Strictly. Heidi Klum makes Forbes' highest paid list, raking in £16 million last year. Paul Hollywood's marriage broke down over Bake Off stars wondering Amir Khan wimps out in first Bush-Tucker trial. After grabbing a snake, X Factor bosses fumers miles from Raksu cozies up with show researcher Im. Celeb star Gemma Collins' withering verdict on this year's contestants dancing on ice boots. Two professional skaters following Blazing Rose Atomic Kitten members hit back at Kerry Katonis, claims she was kicked out. JOIS says getting up at 7 a.m. for TV show 5-Star Hotel was shocking.